Krabbe disease is a rare genetic disease that affects your brain. The part of the brain that it affects is your ability to move your arms, your legs, to start to swallow. It takes away your vision, eventually, your hearing.
When we first found out about Hannah, we were at Children's Hospital. We waited a weekend to figure out how we wanted to tell people. And when we figured out, what we wanted to do, we came up with a plan so this doesn't happen to another family. And that's when we started, making our Facebook page and figuring out ways to make awareness. Basically what it came down to was, this happened to us, which, sucks, but we didn't want to see this happen to another family. And I guess after the Facebook page started and the awareness was getting out there, the ball started rolling. More and more people found out about Krabbe and leukodystrophy.
With Hannah's law is newborn screening. Babies tested at birth. You test for Krabbe, and then they'll be able to get a transplant at that point. The time you find out a child or baby has Krabbe, it's usually too late for a transplant because the symptoms started. So they have to be tested at birth.
So if they do catch it at screening, what happens after that?
They can get a bone marrow transplant.
Okay.
And go through chemotherapy, but if it's caught within 3 weeks, that's usually the best time to get a bone marrow.
Just our daughter's a hero.
Yeah.
She's going to save lots of lives.
I think you guys are heroes too.
Thank you.
We try.
Good afternoon. I wanted to tell you our story and what life has been like since June 5th, 2013. Hannah Rose was born January 15, 2013 at 8:12 a.m. via C-section. Weighing 8 pounds, 11 ounces, 21 inches long. She was the biggest baby on the floor. She was a healthy baby girl who we fell in love with instantly. As the months went on, she was developing as she should of meeting her milestones and exceeding them. One day, when she was 4 months old, I was working. I received a call from her babysitter. She had stopped eating and was crying uncontrollably. Her pediatrician sent us to Capitol Health in New Jersey. When we went there, we were released the same day from there with a diagnosis of acid reflux. We insisted on more testing that day, but they assured us that it was acid reflux. We came home and continued life as normal. Between that time, she was regressing her milestones. We had made an appointment to see the pediatrician, but before we could make it to that appointment, the babysitter called and Hannah stopped eating again. We rushed Hannah to CHOP. I knew by taking her there, they would take my concerns seriously. Well, they did. They admitted us that day. They told us we'd be there for a week of extensive testing. The next day, June 5th, Hannah was sent for an MRI. Later that day, at 5 o'clock p.m., 2 neurologists came in. They woke Justin and I up. They sat down and said, we had seen abnormalities in Hannah's brain. Hannah has a leukodystrophy. We both wanted to know the details because we had never heard of that disease. They proceeded to tell us also, if that wasn't bad enough, that they had more bad news. They said they believe that she has Krabbe disease, which is the worst form of leukodystrophy. They said the life expectancy is 13 months to 2 years. Justin went to a corner on his knees crying. I fell to the ground crying near Hannah. Justin proceeded to ask if there was a cure or a treatment. They told us it was too late because Hannah has had symptoms. They told us there was nothing more they could do for us. At 5 months old, Hannah was sent home with Valium and Tylenol. Between all this, we had to tell Hannah's older sisters. I spoke to their father, and he told them from me, because Justin and I were a mess. About an hour after talking to him, Justin and I got the call we were dreading. It was from Hannah's sisters. The first thing they said was, "We don't want to lose our sister." We talked them through it, and they've been strong little ladies since then. We found a doctor in Pittsburgh who specializes in Krabbe disease. They put Hannah on different medication, help us better understand the disease. We have direct contact with them 24/7. We will be traveling to Pittsburgh every 3 months. We do have to drive because Hannah hates to fly. The last 4 months have been a roller coaster. I went from a full-time account manager at my job of 14 years to a nurse. We have went from 2 incomes to 1 income. Our house has turned from high chair, swing, playpen, toys, to suction machine, oxygen, pulse ox, feeding pump, nurses, OT, PT, and medications. Hannah will never walk, crawl, talk, smile, laugh, or play ever. When Hannah is crying, the natural instinct is to pick up a baby, and she will stop. Not with Hannah, because at times she cries harder. Her sight is going. She at times has silent seizures. She has apnea, which means she can take as little as 4 breaths in 1 minute. She has to be suctioned throughout the day because she doesn't swallow well. She doesn't move at all. We need to give her physical and occupational therapy at home. She has to be moved every 2 hours to prevent bed sores. She can't get sick at all because a simple cold could take her life. She has nerve and muscle pain. Most parents with babies Hannah's age are planning their first birthday parties. I can't help but wonder, will we be planning her funeral? All this could have been prevented by a simple blood test at birth. By the time most babies are diagnosed with this disease, it's too late. Hannah is a strong, beautiful baby girl who doesn't deserve to lose her life at such a young age. We will continue to fight for Hannah and this horrible disease. We have been spreading awareness by newspapers, fundraisers, and by her Facebook page that has over 10,000 likes in 4 months. That's pretty amazing. Our community has come together with us in the fight of Krabbe. As a team, we will continue to spread awareness. We have a lot of hope for Hannah, and we pray for a miracle for our angel. She is a gift from God, and Justin and I are blessed to have her. She has taught us more in 9 months than we have learned in our entire lifetime. We love you, Hannah Bear. I don't believe I need to tell you how important newborn screening is on Krabbe disease. As you listen to my story, that was an explanation enough. This disease isn't so rare. More and more babies are becoming affected with this disease. If we can save a baby's life through a screening, I think that would be absolutely amazing. Thank you.
Our next speaker, NFL Hall of Famer, Hunter's Hope Foundation, Jim Kelly.
Wow. Story sounds exactly like our story. Pretty much identical. First of all, thank you guys for everybody. I don't want to start mentioning names because I know I'm going to mess up. Representative D. Is that good? Angel, thank you guys so much for your dedication. Real quickly, my story and how we got involved, and of course, you pretty much heard what my son went through, same thing Hannah went through. I retired from the Buffalo Bills in 1996, and at the time, I had a beautiful wife and a beautiful daughter. My parents had 9 grandchildren, and my family 6 boys, never any problems with children. And like I said, I retired in '96. 2 weeks later on Valentine's Day, which is my birthday, my wife, that morning, her water broke. And we're heading to the hospital. And I'm thinking in my mind, wow, Valentine's Day, Daddy's birthday, wouldn't it be great to have a son? And never thinking, healthy, whatever. And we all, to a certain point, you always do the old cliche of counting fingers and toes. Well, we went to the hospital, ecstatic. My wife, unfortunately for me, she already knew it was going to be a boy, but she never told me. And when we went to the hospital, I'm thinking, son born on Daddy's birthday, it happened. I had dreams, just like every father out there has a dream of raising my son. My brother Danny, who was a younger brother, had a son born 11 days before Hunter was. So I automatically thought about them playing together. I automatically thought about one being a quarterback, one being a receiver. And of course, my son was going to be the quarterback. So those dreams of all that, the game plan was already written, the script was done. I knew what we were going to do together. But as time went on, as weeks went by, months, my son started showing not reached milestones. We knew something was wrong, but first of all, he was diagnosed. They said, well, he's showing signs of his colic. And my mother-in-law said, no, I know what colic is, it's not colic. And as a parent, you start worrying about what's wrong with my son or my daughter. And then we took Hunter to see the pediatrician again, said something's not right. They first diagnosed him, misdiagnosed with cerebral palsy. As all parents out there, you hear that word, you hear anything like that, it floors you. Of course, it did me. And of course, 4 months of age, he was diagnosed with Krabbe's disease. What that is, affects the white matter of your brain, everything that we take for granted every day, the movement of your arms, your legs, your hearing, your sight, your swallowing. These children do not have any of those motor skills. The average life, 14 months. And what we did early on, when we found out, we treated our son like he was dying. Every morning we woke up, we thought, is this going to be his last day? Is he going to take his last breath? We lived every day not knowing if we were going to wake up if our son was going to be here. Then we decided, you know what, let's stop treating him like he's dying. Let's treat him like he's living. So that's what we started to do. We started treating our son like he is normal. And that's when things started turning and changing. We set up our foundation, Hunter's Hope. We saw what kids go through. I saw what my son went through. And I said, you know what, this is going to be my lifelong commitment to make sure kids don't have to suffer the way my son suffered, the way Hannah suffered, from so many other families. Because I saw what it did. Yeah, at times it does hurt me that me, one person, has to travel the country to speak to people like Angel and meet with the governors of every state. Why can't this be federally mandated, paid for by the federal government, to give all these kids a chance to dream, like we all were able to do growing up? One of these days this will happen. I am in Pennsylvania today. I've been to New York, the state of New York where I'm from. I've been to Arizona, New Mexico. We've been to a number of places. But I can't do it alone. It takes people like Hannah's family to be able to make more people aware of it. It takes people like Stan to my left and my right to be able to understand that I'm one person. It takes everybody pulling together, and we will make it happen. But it's going to take a little time. I don't care if you're a public servant or a politician, whatever the case may be there, or whether you're a father or a mother that understands what it's like to have a special needs child. And you understand that something can be done. And I want it to be done starting. We started many years ago with Governor Rendell when he was here in office last time. Now with Governor Corbett and so many other people. We will make a difference. I'm from this state. I grew up in Pittsburgh on the other side. And I never thought that I was going to have a special needs child. I did so many other things for other families. But now I never thought it was going to happen to me personally. It's my own child. But I'll tell you what, I speak on behalf of my son's foundation, Hunter's Hope, and I speak on behalf of my wife and my 2 daughters that we will not stop trying until every state tests for the maximum amount of treatable diseases. When Hunter was born in the state of New York, they were testing for 11 diseases. Mississippi was at 45, Illinois 51. So many states were testing more than our state of New York where I live now. Pennsylvania As a matter of fact, Pennsylvania is one of the worst for mandated testing for diseases. That's 4. 4. That's horrible. But we will move, but we will make it better. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I had a team when I played for the Buffalo Bills. We never gave up. I have a great team here with me today. The thing is, and I want everybody to understand this, we all go through things in our life that don't turn out the way we want them to turn out. Good example, me, Buffalo Bills, 4 Super Bowls, never won one. But I'll tell you what, if you ever watch this, we never ever gave up. I had to cross so many obstacles in my life. I've had a roller coaster ride like you would not believe. I had so many times in my life when things weren't going well. Within the last 2 years, I've had neck surgery, back surgery, diagnosed with cancer. I've had so many things in 2 years happen to me, but I'll tell you what, I am not stopping. The good Lord knows that I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to make sure all these families don't have to go through what my son went through. I saw it every single day. My little boy, a boy that I dreamt about having big time fun with, hunting, fishing, camping, football, basketball, baseball, all things that fathers and sons do. He'll never be able to do that. He'll never be able to run out on a football field and hear 80,000 screaming fans like I was able to do as a player. But my son is going to do greater things. He's going to save the lives of thousands and thousands of babies and make people and families be able to dream that their son and their daughter will reach milestones. Because it's for people not only here, but everybody behind those cameras. You're the one that helps us spread the word to make sure that we do reach the ultimate. And that's making sure kids can walk, talk, and enjoy themselves, and have a 1-year birthday when they can run around. Have a 16th birthday, have a graduation party. That's what we want to do. But again, I'm one person, but I got my team here today, and I got my team throughout the United States that's helped us push, but we can't do it alone. It takes people that have the same focus, probably more important, have the same passion that I have, because I'm not stopping. It starts right here in Pennsylvania. Thank you all very much.